Hello, everybody. Ted Davis here with another album battle for you. Sorry, it's been a long time since I posted it. Just a whole bunch of things came up, and dealing with the coronavirus has been really, really tough for me. But why not? I'll inject some positivity in your life by talking a little music, by comparing some albums that I like. So I actually have the two albums in question in physical format today via the CD. In one corner we have Cheap Trick, Dream Police from 1979. Band from my neck of the woods, Rockford, Illinois. And then on the other hand, we got a band which I recently saw a couple weeks ago at the Mercy Lounge in Nashville, Tennessee. Wire, Pink Flag from 1977, their debut. In my opinion, one of the most influential albums of all time. One of the greatest debut albums of all time. Without this debut album, we would not have alternative rock, hardcore punk, and just maybe pop punk too. I could go on for 20 minutes on how I think this album is one of the most important debut albums of all time. But regardless, I'm not going to do that in this video. So, starting off with the older one, Pink Flag, Wire's first album from 1977. This was a largely underground album at this time. It didn't really sell. It kind of went unnoticed in both the U.S. and the U.K. at the time. So who do you have in the band? You got Colin Newman on vocals and guitar, Robert Gotobed on drums, Bruce Gilbert on guitar, and then Graham Lewis on bass. It was recorded at also some additional assistance from Mike Thorne on piano, flute, a whole bunch of things. Kate Lucas on flutes, and David Oberle on ooze or O's. I'm not getting a recording date here. Mike Thorne producing. Recorded at Activision Studios. Alright. Doesn't say where it is. But anyway, how about that album cover, huh? Pink Flag. So what about the music on this album? So we open up, it's 20, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 songs. Most of which are between a minute and a half and 2.5 minutes long, so the total running time of this album is about 36 minutes. Opening up with Rooters, really kind of good mid-paced, punky tune. Field Day for the Sundays, very short, really punky tune. One of my favorite vocal performances from Colin Newman. Three Girl Rumba, another good song that would be the subject of a copyright lawsuit later on in the 90s. Ex-Lion Tamer, they played at Wire played that at the show that I went to see him at. Great song. Low Down, Start to Move. Brazil, a tune that I played on my radio show at FTSU quite a bit. It's So Obvious. Surgeon's Girl, the title track Pink Flag, which is awesome. Great Rolling on the Floor Tom by Mr. Robert Gotobed on drums. The Commercial, Straight Line, 106 Beats That, Mr. Suit, probably my favorite song on the album. Oh, go, 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 Mr. Suit. Or no, Mr. Suit, whatever. Strange, probably one of Wire's best-known songs, covered by the likes of R.E.M. Very well on their 1987 album Document. Fragile, Mannequin, Different to Me, Champs, a really great mid-tempo rocker called Feeling Called Love, and then 12 by You to kick it off. So overall, a dynamite debut album, a great debut album. Unfortunately for me, this is easily Wire's best album. They put out two others in the 70s that sound a lot different. Excuse me. They use a lot more synthesizers and guitar effects and stuff like that. Still pretty good, but Nothing compared to this. And then they broke up, and then they got back together in the late 80s and continued putting out albums, which, not really my thing. Although their more recent stuff has been pretty good. But in my opinion, nothing compares to this. Wire, Pink Flag. And over on the other end of the ring, released in 1979 off the heels of the Live at Budokan album, we got Cheap Trick. And of course we have Robin Zander on vocals and rhythm guitar, Rick Nielsen on lead guitar, Tom Peterson on bass, 12-string bass, and then Mr. Bunny Carlos on drums. There's the guys in the band right there. It was recorded, let's see, let me get that information for you right now. Let's see what the booklet says. I'll just show you the booklet. There you go, there's more guys in the band right there. Some liner notes by the guys in the band. Some lyrics. Nice little mug shot right there. Robin Zander kind of donning the policeman's uniform and more recent live performances by Cheap Trick. More just lyrics. And then here's some of the other liner notes. So, produced by Tom Werman, who was also producing Blue Oyster Cult's Mirrors album around this time. God, where was it recorded? mastered at Sony Music Studios. Recorded and mixed at the record plant in Los Angeles. Okay. So, the record plant in Los Angeles, obviously very legendary recording studio. Also had one in Sausalito too. So what do we got on the album? We got open up with the title track. The dream police, they come into the side of my head. The dream police, they come to me in my bed. Great anthemic tune. One of Cheap Trick's biggest chart hits. Number 2, one of my favorite Cheap Trick songs, Way of the World. Really great up-tempo song that kind of opens up with a hypnotic Rick Nielsen guitar thing. The House is Rockin' with Domestic Problems, really fun tune. Track number 4, Gonna Raise Hell, great way to close off side 1. Cheap Trick closed with that song when I saw him back in 2015. It was awesome. Dax Nielsen did a little drum solo after that. The version on here is really good too. Opening up side 2 on the vinyl, Voices. Another big hit from this album for the band. I think Steve Lukather of Toto might do the guitar solo on this. I might be wrong, though. Writing on the Wall, I Know What I Want, a great vocal sung by Tom Peterson, because I know what I want. And then, closing off the album, we have the studio version of the At Budokan live classic that was played on a lot of FM stations back in the day, Need Your Love, with some ripping guitar work by Mr. Rick Nielsen. So overall, a dynamite album, a very, go ahead and flip this over, my favorite Cheap Trick album, easily. This is a dynamite album, and probably a great place to start if you're looking to dive into Cheap Trick's studio discography. So overall, when I compare the two, though, this is a very hard decision for me because I love both of these albums, but for different reasons. When I'm in the mood for something simple and shouty and fast, I tend to gravitate towards this one, and when I want to listen to something more melodic, I gravitate towards this one. But for me, and my mind can change tomorrow, I'm going to go with Cheap Trick on this. It's not by much. It's probably a 9th round KO for the guys in Cheap Trick. Colin Newman and company cannot keep up by the uppercut that Mr. Nielsen blows to them at the end of round 9. But you know what? If you like this one better, that's okay too. There's no right or wrong here. This is just an excuse for me to talk about two great albums. So if you ask me next week, it could be this one, but for tonight, it's going to be this one. So thank you guys very much for watching. Stay tuned for more upcoming content in the future, and wash your hands. We'll see you guys later.